Big data and data analytics are transforming everything we do. It's been estimated that 2.5 quintillion bytes of data are collected and generated every day. That's an incredible amount of data that's collected and that can then be harnessed into some useful form of information. What's really changed dramatically over the last couple of years is both the explosion in the amount of data that we're capturing, and then the tools and techniques, the software algorithms that we're using to then transform that data through analytics into some form of useful information. Data analytics would tell me what time am I going to arrive in a certain place, what might I want to buy next online, what team might win tonight's sporting event. Well, as we look forward, I think data analytics is going to be more and more predicting every aspect of our lives, every aspect of our business. In fact, most people are saying that very, very soon, if not even today, data analytics will allow us to predict the future.
We're in the middle of a major paradigm shift in e-commerce. Consumers can consume anytime and anywhere, and the reason is that they have mobile phones. The statistics around mobile commerce are stunning. Consumers have their mobile devices within arm's reach 90% of the time. They check their phones on average 150 times a day. So with that level of engagement and frequency, you can imagine what's possible in the form of commerce on a mobile device. And, we've already started entering the period where mobile commerce is surpassing non-mobile commerce. So given that frequency of engagement, it shouldn't surprise us that mobile commerce has become such a phenomenon, and many companies are innovating for what they believe will become a post-PC world, where all commerce, and not just commerce, but media, internet, and commerce, are primarily driven off of mobile devices versus any other form of technology.
Cybersecurity attacks have obviously been dramatically increasing over the last few years. What's really going on in the background is that cyber attacks have gone from a decade, 15 years ago, of being something that smart computer programmers were doing in their dorm room, essentially for notoriety of just causing disruption and taking websites down, to actually well-organized, whether they're criminal groups or what's called hacktivist groups or cyber activists, or even sovereign nations waging these attacks. And they're not just going for notoriety. They've targeted companies around the world to actually steal valuable data that they can actually sell on the dark web, which is kind of the internet that none of us know how to log into, or just use for their own gain. So the way I think this will play out over time is that, obviously the attack environment is incredibly hostile right now, and I don't see that going away. What really keeps me up at night is the fact that more of our critical infrastructure connects to the internet these days, whether it's the power grid, traffic control systems, nuclear power plants, or even jet engines. If it connects to the internet, it can be hacked. So, putting in context, the stuff that's going on in cybersecurity these days, it used to just be something only Hollywood could imagine and you'd see in various movies. But today, this stuff is actually going on in real life.
The semiconductor industry has been one of the very overlooked enablers of all of the most exciting things that are going on in technology. Semiconductors are the brains and the memory of electronic devices. It'd be really hard to walk through your home and not find hundreds of semiconductors. Clearly your smartphones and your computers and your internet router, they are all powered by semiconductors. If you think about the new features that our mobile devices are able to offer, we've had, with recent generations of smartphones, the ability to actually have fingerprint authentication, a whole new way of managing security. There's a lot of movement and investment over time for facial recognition, whether that's going to be in your security systems or on your mobile device, but facial recognition really does require good graphics-based computing and very good image sensing, which are all driven, again, by semiconductor capabilities. The cost to bring a new advanced semiconductor to market is 10 times what it was a decade ago. So while the industry has been wrestling with what's essentially been increasing cost to bring new technology to market, increasing cost to bring a new semiconductor to market, at the same time, we are still continuing to enable, with every successive generation and every successive innovation, more and more features, functions, and devices.